and welcome back to the 30-day guitar challenge. Today we are learning popular chord progressions. Chord progressions is just a fancy term for chords that sound really good together, and these are used in many songs. So let's go to the first one. I'm going to play E minor with my index and middle fingers this time because the next chord will be C, and my middle finger will already be ready for that C chord switch. Look up, look up. So look up, I'm going to do E minor and then C. So when we're doing chord progressions, it's really important to be thinking ahead. So let's give E minor a strum. And now let's go to C. And there's a little X on top of C chord. That means to leave out the string that has the X. So we're going to strum from string A on. Next in our chord progression is G. And finally, D. D has two strings that we should not touch, so we're going to start strumming from D chord. Yeah! Okay, so now let's add a little bit of rhythm to this. I'm gonna count you in, and what I would like for you to do is play on beat 1. So I will count you in, say 1, 2, ready, go, and you're gonna give me E minor, 2, 3, C chord, 2, 3, G chord, 2, 3, D chord. Nice job. Okay, so let's go to our next chord progression. The first chord is A, and I'm going to give you a little bit of liberty with which fingers to use on this one. That's because of the chord that we're moving to. So we have an A, and then you have to jump to a D chord. So if it's easier for you to have index, middle, ring, because then you can move that index over a string, do that. Or if it's easier for you to do middle, ring, and pinky so that you can lead with the index finger for the next chord switch, do that. And this is where our hands are different, our brains are different. I think you should adjust for what works for you. After D chord, we're going to jump to E and then back to A. When we go back to that A, for me, it feels really natural to play middle, ring, and pinky. So I'm going to play it this way for the chord progression. Just like we did with the last one, let's play on the downbeat. 1 and 2 and ready, go now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and yay! Okay, now let's go to the final chord in our chord progressions for the day. We're going to play G. And then this is going to be the most challenging transition in our video because we have 3 fingers on the fretboard. And now we have to switch to another 3-finger chord. So this switch, what I recommend you do, look up, look up, look up. Memorize the position. And then what I'd like for you to do is actually look at your hand, but don't strum. Look at your hand and do a shadow play. So shadow play means you're not going to strum. You're just going to do the fingerboard hand. So, and say it out loud. Say G, C, G, and C. And if you have to go slower, that's okay. But practice switching without strumming because this will train your fingerboard hand to do their job while you focus on which strings you need to touch when you're strumming. After C, we're going to go back to G and then another hop to D7. I find that this jump is easier than the G to C jump, but anyway, let's try it. If you're not ready to do it, then just play the G's with me. Here we go. 1 and 2 and ready, G now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. This lesson is not meant to be learned in one day. Instead, what I recommend that you do is take it one line at a time. So for today, focus on line 1. And if you want to break it down even further, focus on the first switch, just switching from E minor to C. Once you master E minor to C, then start the next switch, C to G. If you take that one day at a time, you'll notice a big improvement in your playing. So your homework for today is to join our Guitarlandia Facebook group. It is such a supportive community of people. You don't even have to post if you don't feel comfortable with posting, but I guarantee that if you see what other people are sharing, you're really going to be inspired. For me, these Facebook groups that we have, the Ukelandia one and now the Guitarlandia, are the only reason I log on to Facebook because there's such a bright and supportive space. Special thanks to Abby Lyons for editing today's video, and I will see you in the next one. We're starting our first song. Yeah! Bye!